This is Winston by Adam Magill. Brian had this dog, Winston. Winston was completely ridiculous. A gigantic bulldog with a big old baseball mitt face. He had two expressions, mostly. Mouth open, he was giving you the biggest smile in the world. Mouth closed, he was scowling in total confusion. Winston loved rocks. He loved to play fetch with them and carry them around in his mouth. Not just any rock, necessarily. Sometimes he'd choose one for himself, but he especially liked to be given a rock by a person he loved and trusted. Brian would give him a rock to play with, a smooth, round one, and that would become his special rock for a while. He'd take it in the car for trips or on walks and keep it nearby to slobber on and just have. Rocks came and went, got lost, got traded in for newer, more exciting rocks. Once, Erica and Brian took Winston to the beach, and Winston took his rock. As they were walking along the surf, Winston set his rock down in the sand, and a moment later a wave came up and took it, or buried it maybe, who knows. Winston was devastated. He looked at the spot where his rock should have been, where he'd just put it, just 1 second before, and saw, instead of his rock, nothing. He looked up at Brian and Erica, confused, betrayed, like, guys, what happened? It was right here. I only put it down for a second. And all Brian could do was laugh and say, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. The first time I heard this story, it was Brian telling it, and the reason he was telling it was because the way he told it, it was a very funny story, and Brian liked telling funny stories, liked to be the center of things. When I heard it again, it was from Erica, a day after a tree planting thing in Brian's memory. She told it because our mom, who'd also been there at the tree thing, said she'd felt like Brian had been there too in some small way. Erica didn't agree. She hadn't felt him there, and then she told that story about Winston and his rock because Winston had also been there at the tree ceremony thing, and it had reminded her. Erica told that story, and when she finished it by saying that it broke her heart to watch this poor dog try and understand the sudden, unexpected loss of his very special rock. It must have been very weird seeing Winston there at the tree thing without Brian, without so much as the feeling of Brian. The first time I heard this story, it was funny and definitely a little bit sad. The way playing hide and seek with a baby is funny and sad because babies and dogs don't understand, to a degree that is hilarious, how a thing could possibly be there one moment and be gone the next. A really bad magic trick that works anyway because a fundamental fact about the universe is missing from the equation, a small and very important detail that makes sense out of the impossible. That the thing that, for all intents and purposes, is gone is merely out of sight. The second time it wasn't nearly as funny because by then I knew that I didn't understand real loss any better than a dog could. I hadn't seen Brian in a while when he passed, and even though I knew he was sick, I took it as a given that the last time I'd see him wouldn't be what it had turned out to be. The last time. I don't even remember what the last time was because in the moment it was just another day. And when I said goodbye, I'm certain I did it as easily as I'd put down a rock and expect it to be there a second later. It's not unfair, it's just what it is. A loss. He was right there. I looked away for a second. What happened? He's right there a minute ago. He's out of sight now, but I keep trying to tell myself that he's not gone. He's in this story for what it's worth. Thank you.